Say, whose name is that on the outside of our school anyway? Let's find out. Tolbert School, Tolbert Building, Tolbert Lane. Who was the man with the famous name? John W. Tolbert rose to local fame, the famous black leader who was paving the way. Charlestown, West Virginia, 1905, that's when a little boy became alive. Listen up closely to this song as we learn about the son of Sarah and John. Let's shed a little light on it like a candle. One of the oldest black families in the Eastern Panhandle. Let's learn about a man that was a real change maker and explore the life of a social groundbreaker. Tolbert School, Tolbert Building, Tolbert Lane. Who was the man with the famous name? John W. Tolbert rose to local fame, the famous black leader who was paving the way. The Tolbert family had a comfortable home. Papa John was a chef for the C and the O. That's a railroad company, chugga chugga choo choo. Made a good living cooking delicious food. Well, Charlestown didn't have a high school, you see, so young John had to travel all the way to D.C. Had a passion for learning, though it seemed pretty far. Attended school at a place that was called Dunbar. Several years later, after graduation with a degree in business administration, young Buster returned to his old hometown where he thought he would live and settle down. Opened a restaurant, the Tolbert Cafe, followed in his dad's footsteps in a culinary way. But in the 1920s, we got the Great Depression, had to close up shop, find a new profession. Tolbert School, Tolbert Building, Tolbert Lane. Who was the man with the famous name? John W. Tolbert rose to local fame, the famous black leader who was paving the way. But then he found a job down in Loudoun County. That's when he became a Leesburg townie, cooking for the president of the Middleburg Bank, y'all, D.D. Sands. You know he was thankful. John Tolbert worked hard, he was a survivor. Took on a new job as a school bus driver. Made $1.25 an hour, that was cool. He was working for our people at Loudoun County Schools. By 76, he was a well-known man. They said, serve on town council, he said, yes I can. He served Leesburg well for over 14 years, never missed a meeting. Wow, what a career, so respected and revered. He had many layers. For 2 years he even served as the town's vice mayor, making change and improving. Man, what a sight, at a time when most members of that government were white. A social change leader year after year. Twice he was named Man of the Year. He was a leader in many capacities, even president of his NAACP. Selected sites for elementary schools, but a real important reason why John was cool was his role back in the early 60s. Helped bridge equality in black and white communities. At Douglas, made sure black students got the training so they could get good jobs, all the while maintaining that they had an equal shot at opportunities with business and cultural agencies. Tolbert School, Tolbert Building, Tolbert Lane. Who was the man with the famous name? John W. Tolbert rose to local fame, the famous black leader who was paving the way. 1, 2, 3 children, even took the 4. John and his wife could not have loved them more. That man did so much in his 94 years, made so much change. That much is clear. Remember one thing he said that was true. Education is something no one can take away from you. Now we're trying our best, doing all that we can to live up to the legacy of this great man. So study real hard, be respectful of others, to your friends, to your parents, your sister and your brother. And old JWT would think that you're pretty cool every day at John Tolbert Elementary School. Tolbert School, Tolbert Building, Tolbert Lane. Who was the man with the famous name?